My name is Michael Yeager, and I was a gunner's mate second class. Well, our captain on our ship, as far as I'm concerned, he was one really great person. I was just a seaman, and I had duty on the bridge when I first went aboard the ship. And being the helmsman and a lookout and a messenger. And I was lookout one day, and the captain came over to me and he says, "Sailor, do you see the ship over out that in this?" He pointed out in this direction, and I said, I got my binoculars up and I'm looking, and I didn't see a ship out there. And he runs back to the radar, and he looks at the radar, and he goes back and he says, "Look right out there and see if you can see a ship." And I said, "Sir, I don't see one out there." And he takes the binoculars and he looks out there and he says, "Oh, okay." And he gives me the binoculars back and he has his arm on my back and he says, "Now look right out there and see if you see a little post sticking up." And I looked out there and I finally seen a post when he described what I should be looking for. And you could see the post was sticking on an angle like this. So it was around the curve of the earth and it was sticking out like this. So it was probably like 14, 15 miles away with the post sticking up like this. I seen it. I said, "Yes, sir, I see that." And he says, "You see how it's on an angle like that?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "That's showing you the curve of the earth because that ship's on a different angle than we are." And I said, "Yes, sir, I see that." And he said, "All right, now you know what to look for, right?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He made me feel like $1,000,000.